Gaeilge, welcome back to another class. This is round Gaeilge, Hain Punk Truckit Cuig. So today we're going to talk about the topic of Leathan, Quail le Quail, which in English means broad with broad, slender with slender. So Tasha Sha on a talk. This is very important. So broad verbs or broad vowels even are A, O, and U, and quail vowels or slender vowels are I and E. So not only the capital letters, but the lowercase letters as well. So this is the golden rule of Irish spelling, which means when you're conjugating verbs, or especially when you're writing, this is probably the most important thing you'll have to know. So with verbs, the first thing you do is check, is it one syllable or two syllables? So the example I have here is brish. So if you're just starting off, brish is one syllable, to break. And the last vowel, always look at the last vowel in the syllable, is I. Now, I is slender. I might highlight it here. Red, or not red, green. Brish is slender. So take the last vowel of the word, and this dictates if the word is slender or broad. Should actually write syllable here, because when you get into two syllables, it gets a bit more difficult, more challenging. So in the present tense, the ending for slender ending single syllable verbs is IM, EANN, and IMID. Present tense. So brish stays the same, BRIS, but you must add IM, which is brisham. So I break is brisham. Brishin to, brishin she, brishin she, with an EANN. EANN. Brishamid, IMID, we break, and then again back to EANN, brishin shiv, and brishin shiad. So I am for me or I, EANN, and IMID. So they're the slender endings for present tense verbs that are one syllable. Then we have the exact same concept, but for broad ending verbs. So shul is to walk. Again, one syllable. So again, in the present tense, the ending for slender ending this should be broad ending. Single syllable verbs is AIM, ANN, and AIMID. So always remember the ending and the last letter usually of the verb. The last letter usually wants to be surrounded by either two broad vowels or two slender vowels. It wants to be locked in. Very, very, very rarely you'll see a slender and a broad vowel either side of the last letter. So you see here, U is broad, A is broad. So it's shulam. It's the same kind of sound as brisham, but it's different spelling. You have AIM. Then again, you have ANN as an ending here. Shulin she, two. Shulin she, shulin she. Walks even. Shulamit and Shulin. Sorry, but here's that. Shulin shiv and Shulin shield. So that's important to know. The endings in the present tense only, for single syllable verbs only. They're the broad endings and the slender endings. So that should be enough to get you started on that concept. So, exercises. The first part, skriv an litrú ceart, má tá sé mí ceart, síos. So write the correct spelling if it is incorrect below. You can write it here anywhere after here. So is that correct? Yes or no? And then put in the correct one if it's incorrect here. Then make sure you know which of the above are broad and slender. Then write whether the following verbs are broad or slender below. So simply just write broad or slender in this gap here. So hopefully that class was simple enough for you. If you don't understand anything, don't be afraid to get in touch. Gur míle maith agam agus slán go fóill.